topic that I'm going to cover in this video is about pseudocodes. As you people are familiar, that pseudocodes consist of mathematical symbols and English-like statements to solve a problem. Now, basically, before going into the details of what pseudocodes are, you need to be familiar that why we need to learn pseudocodes and what are the contents that are going to help us in order to achieve good marks in paper 2. As you know that paper 2 for the computer science 9618 consists of 75 marks. Now most of the questions from this paper 2 include pseudocodes, flowcharts, algorithm, structured English. In order to solve these types of questions, you need to have a strong base about the pseudocodes. Now what is pseudocode? You know that there are two types of programming language, high level language and low level language. High level language is closer to human beings and far from computer, while when we talk about low level language, it consists of binary language zeros and ones. Now when we are writing a high level language code, we need to have a special set of syntax. But pseudocode is closely related to that high level language, but in pseudocode we are not bound with any rules of the syntax. Instead, we just need to use few mathematical symbols, we need to use few English-like words that are going to help us to solve a problem. There are certain rules, certain criteria that we are going to discuss about the pseudocodes, and pseudocode cannot run on any type of compiler. Instead, we are going to just write the statement inside it that are going to help us to solve the code, and we do the dry running as well. Okay, the first thing you need to be familiar in the pseudocode is about assignment operator. Now, what are assignment operator? Assignment operator is a symbol which is needed to assign a value to a variable. For example, we need to assign a variable a value of 50. In the same way, we need to initialize a variable named marks with some value. So for that purpose, we will be using assignment operator, and assignment operator is an arrow which is always pointing towards left side. Now why? Because right side of this assignment operator will always be some value and left side is the name of the variable. In the same way, right side of this assignment operator can sometimes be a variable as well. For example, we have one variable named a and later on we have another variable created which we give it the name b. Initially we assign the value of 20 to a and we assign the value of 30 to b. So now we can copy those contents which were initialized in the variable a to b. So this will be the purpose of assignment operator, that whatever the contents are present on the right side, we can initialize that value to the variable on the left side. Just like if we have a and a variable is assigned the value of b. Now these contents of b will be copied into the a. For example, inside a, we initialize some value as 30 and b had the value 35. So once this process is executed, the contents of b were 35. That value 35 will be copied into the variable a. Now a becomes 35. This is how assignment operator works. So you need to remember here that assignment operator is needed to assign a value to a variable, and anything that is written on the right side is initialized to variable which is located on the left side. In the same way, if I say that a is initially given the value of 20 and b is assigned or given the value 30, and later on if I say that copy the contents of b into a, and then if we want to perform further operation, a is equal to a plus b, all these expressions are valid. What will happen? Initially the value of a was 20 and the value in b was 30. So first of all the contents of b, that is on the right side 30, 30 is copied into the variable a. Now after this statement is executed, a becomes 30. And here a is equal to a plus b. Now a's value is 30 and b's value is as well 30. So 30 plus 30 will be added up, and then this value is assigned to the variable which is present on the left side, which means 30 plus 30 is added, the resultant is 60, and finally a will have the contents as 60. So finally the value 60 has been assigned to the variable named a, right? So this is quite a simple process, that anything which is present on the right side of assignment operator is initialized to the variable or is copied into the variable a. And one more thing which you need to remember is that every time an operation is performed, we are going to use the most recent contents which has been stored into the variable. For example, initially, if a variable had the value 20 and b variable had the value 25, and later on we copied the contents of b into a, it means 25 is copied into a. Later on, if we are going to perform any operation on A, we are going to use the value which was assigned in the previous statement. Now B's contents were copied into A, which means B has the value 25. So in this operation, A's value will be 25. So 25 plus 25, it becomes 50, and then A's value is going to be